Hey guys, my name is Kelton, and for today's stain plan, we are going to be learning how to make melted crayon art.
To do this, you will need a sheet of paper, masking tape, a blow dryer, and obviously crayons.
To start, we are going to be using the masking tape to create a shape on our piece of paper that will be the object that doesn't get the melted crayon on, so that you can have a distinguished area. So it could be your first initial, or your full initials, or your name if you have a shorter name, or really a design that you choose, like Spider-Man, a silhouette, something like that. It's all up to you. So I'm going to start by taking the tape and grabbing some pieces, and make sure you use masking tape, otherwise it won't be able to stick to the paper and come off as well. Painter's tape also works as well, but I'm going to turn the paper sideways and create my design. I'm just going to do K and then an O, which are my first name and last name initials. Alright, so I just finished putting on the tape, and so this is what my finished design looks like. You can also see it up here while I talk. So now is where we are going to do the crayons. So I have a big bucket of crayons here, but you only need a few, and what we're going to do is we're going to line them all at the top of the page. So just you want to get out the colors, you want to make them kind of match and make it up to you. It's really up to you. The possibilities are endless. Be creative.
And so you're going to want them all at the top, and you can take off the labels, but it doesn't really make a difference. It might help it melt faster, but that's up to you.
So I'm going to be putting a piece of tape over the crayons just to secure it, and later you'll see that they do kind of fall apart as they're melted, but that is perfectly okay. It's just to initially get them nice and sturdy. Alright, now this is the fun part. We are going to take our blow dryer and make sure you're careful so that you don't burn yourself, and we're going to turn it up to the hottest setting. And before I turn it on, we are going to want to take the paper with all of the crayons, and we're going to want to prop it up at some sort of an angle so that once the crayons are melted, the melts kind of drip down onto the letters. So we can turn this thing on. So the whole thing just slid down, which is sort of an issue. Alright, I'm gonna try it. Crayons melting, but it's not slanted, so it's just making a puddle underneath. So Casey is going to be my assistant, and she is going to blow dry while I hold this up higher. Not everywhere here, so now we just gotta let it dry. It's pretty dry and it's safe to touch without getting too burned. Now there is some stuff here that is still a little bit melted, so I'm going to remove this tape. Now remember, it's okay if all your crayons kind of collide into here, because that just shows the meltedness of the crayons, which is beautiful. And be careful, keep all the crayons on the paper for now, and I'm just going to pick them all up just to make sure that they are doing well. Oh, that burned me, so you want to be careful at this point. So you can see we are almost done, except for tearing off the tape. But before we do that, you can see how at the top over here it's kind of chunky, because that's where the crayons were. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to very carefully take the blow dryer again and try and melt this to kind of make it smoother. And if you like this chunkiness and you want the whole thing to be chunky, maybe you can put crayons all around it and do kind of however you want. But since this is all smooth, I want to make it kind of even. mostly smooth. We just want to let it get back cooled and hardened. While we let it harden, I want to talk about how melting the crayons is kind of an art. So if you had it tilted completely, it would look more like drips, or if you did like me and kind of had it like a pool around, then it looks kind of flatter, like it does here. And you know, you can really be creative. You can put them all over. You can put the tape in different shapes. It's really unlimited in terms of what you can do. So now we are going to remove the tape so that we can see the design that we have. So you can see over here where the tape is, it kind of sticks up a little bit. So I can start there and just kind of remove that. So this is the O pad. You can see some of it's not actually coming off all the way. There's still the crayon underneath, which is totally fine for me.
Yes, I'll come back to you. No, I won't ask where you run under the sun. Yes, I'll come back to you. Then I'll ask, what have we done?
So there it is. I think it turned out pretty good, and you can see there's still some bits where it's still there, but you know, I could have cleaned it up a little bit better, and you know, if I really wanted to, I could remelt these cracks that came from the tape and get them nice and smooth looking again. Alright, so here is the finished product, and it looks pretty good. If you have spare crayons, this is a great project to do. I think it looks awesome, and I can see how this could expand much more. My layer of the wax was kind of thick, so I could have made it a little smooth, flatter, and spread it out some more. But overall, I think that went pretty well. If you want to see more Boredom Busters like this, follow the official #StayInPlan account, which is tagged with this post. And we'll see you tomorrow with another Boredom Buster.